history of Ninja Warrior, over 2,600 competitors have attempted to conquer Mount Midoriyama. Only 3 have succeeded. None of them American. Now, a new breed of competitor rises in the West.
Wow! He's flying through the jumping bars.
300 American challengers will push the limits. Agility.
Outstanding run.
And endurance.
He makes it.
For a chance to leave their own indelible mark. First, they must prove themselves on this, a brutal course that will test their every muscle and challenge their every nerve. We'll follow their grueling journey from the thousands who applied to the hundreds running the course.
Pumping up the crowd.
Down to 15 semi-finalists.
Good job. Yeah.
Who will ship off to boot camp.
Go, baby, go!
Where they will endure the toughest training and testing of their lives. In the end, only 10 will travel to Japan for the ultimate challenge. To take on the world's most punishing obstacle course. One could walk away with the ultimate reward. A $500,000 K-Swiss endorsement deal and be featured in a national ad campaign. American Ninja Warrior begins right now.
Welcome to Venice, California, where hundreds of athletes, enthusiasts, and everyday people have gathered to try to take their first step in the journey to Japan. It all starts right here, right now. I'm Matt Iseman alongside Jimmy Smith. And Jimmy, I could not be more excited about this year's competition. We have 300 people from all walks of life. Right now, they all have one goal: defeating this qualifying course, the most difficult in the history of the competition. The 30 who do it the fastest will move on to our semifinals.
That's right. Every person you see wants more than anything to score their ticket to Japan and take on the mother of all obstacles courses. It would be an incredible source of pride to be the first American to conquer Mount Midoriyama.
And this year, if anyone achieves total victory, it comes with an endorsement deal from K-Swiss worth $500,000.
What an incredible opportunity. Any of these competitors could join the ranks of professional athletes and be featured in a national ad campaign. Unbelievable.
Well, no American has ever achieved total victory in Japan, but things look promising because last year, Team America had its best showing ever with 4 athletes making it all the way to stage 3. Paul Casimir, Brian Orozco, Brent Stephenson, and David Campbell.
Yeah, but the veterans have to bring their A game. We have a fresh crop of amazing competitors, and this course is the toughest ever in qualifying, and it is a beast, Matt.
Well, our sideline reporter, Alison Haislip, is on the course right now to tell us what these athletes are about to face. Alison?
Thanks, guys. The athletes are loosening up as they're sizing up this qualifying course. This is the first time they're seeing it, and they're hoping that their years of hard work and sweat are going to pay off when they step up to that starting line. Now, all 6 of these obstacles have been seen in Japan, but 2 are new to this course today. The first thing they'll see when they walk up to the starting line, it is the quad steps. It is 26 feet across. Now, this one looks easy, but it's taken out plenty of competitors. Next, they have to wrap themselves around a new obstacle, the log grip. It is 31 feet from end to end, and it is not going to be a smooth ride. Our third obstacle, the rotating bridge of blades, proved to be the killer of dreams for so many competitors last year. The next obstacle is another new one. It is the jump hang. Competitors have to launch themselves onto a reverse-angled cargo net and then decide whether to climb over or under to get to the other side. At the jumping bars, competitors have to hurl themselves between 4 bars, each an intimidating 5 feet apart. And of course, it wouldn't be American Ninja Warrior without our 14-foot warp wall. Make it to the top and hit the buzzer, or fail and go home. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Allison. It all comes down to this as we kick off Season 3 of American Ninja Warrior. Our first runner's in the blocks. He's a former running back for the University of Houston, currently a Navy firearms instructor in Carlsbad, California. It's Cole Stevens.
Well, you know, this guy's seen history of obstacle courses. That's an important part of boot camp for all branches of the military, Matt.
And here we go. Oh! He is down. He made the first 3 look easy, but you can see the left foot just barely misses that last quad step.
Man, and that's a bad face plant. Good way to start the competition, though.
Just that one step.
Well, next up in the starting blocks, it's Mike Moe, a 27-year-old martial arts instructor originally from St. Paul, Minnesota.
And he's here with his wife, Rochelle, who recently gave birth to their little boy, Chase.
Go, Daddy! Woo, 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 woo!
Hopefully it brings him good luck, Matt.
Well, Mike was here last year, but unfortunately knocked out of the semifinals because of time. He goes down early on the quad steps.
Wow, did not see that coming, Matt.
It's longer than I thought. Oh, well. Next year.
Well, Jimmy, maybe the lack of sleep finally got to him, but at least he gets to spend a little more quality time with his little guy. Next on the course, a 36-year-old gym owner from L.A., Thomas Hyland.
Well, he was a former Division I gymnast at UC Santa Barbara, now a stuntman on the series Deadliest Warrior, Matt.
Taking a slow approach on the quad steps, Jimmy, but looks like it may get him through.
Oh, he's taking his time, but now made it through the quad steps.
Our first competitor to make it to the log grip. He specialized in rings when doing gymnastics, so should come easy to...
Oh! Matt jinxes it. If you don't get a good grip on the log when it drops down, you're going to end up in the water, Matt.
My apologies, Thomas.
That sucked.
Among the competitors eager to take their shot on this course is one who has to be considered a favorite to make it into the top 30.
That's right, Jimmy, and right now, he's with Alison Haislip.
Thanks, Matt and Jimmy. Next to me is Brent Steffensen, a first-timer to Japan last year who made it all the way to stage 3. No easy feat. Brent, welcome back. You're looking at our new qualifying course. What do you think of it?
You know, it's they changed a few things this year. It looks pretty intimidating. Bars are a little further apart this year, but I'm pretty confident.
All right, well, hopefully we'll see you at the top again.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
We'll be seeing Brent a little later today, but on the course now, Rudy McCleary. And Jimmy, you'll appreciate this. He's an MMA fighter.
Well, he's certainly built like an MMA fighter. 5'7", Rudy benches over 270 pounds.
He is through the quad steps onto the log grip.
You see he's taking his time here, Matt, really getting his grip. Oh, he actually had to shake it a little bit to get moving there.
Well, the longer you're up there, the more it has to wear on the arms, Jimmy.
Well, that's where that MMA training comes into play. Strong upper body. He's onto the bridge of blades, though.
And he is down. Tough way to go out, Jimmy. Up next, his name is Americus Abasamis, but he goes by Captain Americus. Jimmy, when you're 340 pounds, you can go by whatever you want.
Buzzword here is going to be agility. Does he have it? Can he step off the platform at all? That's my question.
Let's be honest. Can these quad steps hold him? And here goes Captain Americus, a.k.a. the sumo wrestler, down in a three-point stance. Oh! Well, the bigger they are, the faster they go out.
Well, he did splash a lot of water out of the tank. It's fun to watch, but it's going to make the quad steps slippery for some of our competitors. That could be a factor later, Matt.
Hey, try that at least. Next up is a former Broadway dancer turned teen counselor and Muay Thai fighter.
Stephanie Wilson, and I'm from Brooklyn, New York. My dad was a Marine and my brother is a cop, so I grew up with tough guys in the house. I have dance background, so I have the flexibility that I need, but then I also have the martial arts background. We really make our bodies as tough and hard as we can. I'm gonna try to bring it. I wanna get up the warp wall and I wanna hit that buzzer.
And here is Stephanie Wilson ready for her debut.
She's already caught up on the quad step, Matt. I think she's being strategic here. You see she's trying not to make a mistake, but there it is.
Well, she made a leap but failed to complete it. You know, they say New Yorkers can make it anywhere. Well, she didn't make it here, so it's back to the Big Apple. At the starting blocks right now, a 27-year-old out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Mihai Hetea.
Well, he's of Romanian descent, says his nickname is the Romanian Monkey. Will he earn it today?
Well, then he should have no problem going through the course. Here he is on the quad step, looking pretty nimble, a little stumble, but he's through onto the log grip. This is Mihai's first try at American Ninja Warrior, a service advisor for BMW in Fort Lauderdale, Jimmy.
Well, did great on the log grip. Former hockey player blazing through the bridge of blades.
Wow, our first competitor to pass the bridge of blades onto the jump hang.
Well short on that.
You know, just got his fingertips on the cargo net, but could not hold on.
If you're going to go down big. Incredible splash.
The Romanian Monkey is done.
That was fun.
Jimmy, we're seeing competitors fall in unexpected areas. This course proving more difficult than we thought. 7 have taken on this unforgiving qualifying course. So far, no one has made it to the finish line. Coming up, speed demon David Money, who last year made it all the way to our semifinals, will try to become the first to complete this course. We'll see him reach for it all when American Ninja Warrior returns. Welcome back to the qualifying round of American Ninja Warrior. Hundreds of athletes have gathered here today from all walks of life in hopes of earning a spot in our top 30 and advancing to the next round.
That being said, though, so far no one has been able to complete the qualifying course.
That's right, Jimmy, and you can't blame the failures on our newest obstacles because so far it's the familiar quad steps that have been wreaking havoc on our competitors. At the starting line now, one of our more interesting competitors, a 21-year-old cable technician. His name is Christian Ramirez, but he goes by the Blue Runner. Had a chance to talk to the Blue Runner before. Very excited about his chances on this course.
Well, he's been working out every day. He once jumped from a 35-foot bridge, and it looks like he's mentally prepared for this course.
And he is through our bridge of blades, a little stumble, but he is still up onto the jump hang, has to gather himself. And it is a blue day for the Blue Runner. Up next, one of our oldest competitors, Tim Handley, a 49-year-old mailman from Wichita, Kansas.
Well, he says he's been kickboxing for 5 years. Let's see how his footwork is. Doesn't look bad, Matt.
Got through the quad steps onto the log grip.
Well, he says he climbs telephone poles for practice. Let's see if that helps his grip. Looks like it has.
Jimmy, he says he's a member of Mensa, which means he has an IQ above 160. Can he figure out the bridge of blades?
He's taking his time. Caught him right at the end, Matt.
Well, rain, sleet, and snow may not stop the postman, but the bridge of blades does.
Well, he looked pretty good for his age. Love to see him come back next year when he's 50.
Next up, David Money, who nearly cashed in on a ticket to boot camp last year.
Season 2 was out here, Venice. I was the 300th competitor out of all 300 guys.
David Money is posting an outstanding time.
A time of 40.52 seconds.
I had the second fastest time in qualifying, but the salmon ladder took me out in the semifinals. I've been thinking a lot about the $500,000 case course. I didn't believe it at first, and I thought every day I have to do something to physically strengthen and prepare myself for this course because that's some serious money. I just stepped up training even more this year, and I built a salmon ladder in my backyard, and I train on that thing quite often. So I think the salmon ladder is going to be an easy one for me.
Well, before you can get to the salmon ladder, you have to get to the semifinals. And right now, David's got plenty on his plate with a very tough qualifying course. Jimmy, let's see how he does.
Well, he came out of nowhere last year, blew us away with his time in qualifying, only to fall in the semifinals.
Agreed. This is about redemption, Jimmy.
He's an incredible athlete. You see here, just blazing through the course, our first top 30 returning.
Oh, just gets his hands on the jump hang. Looks like he's going to make it over, but it's taking some time.
Yeah, how fast will an expert complete the jump hang? That's an important question. He blazed through it. Remember, the jumping bars he's coming up to have an additional 6 inches of space added between them. Can he make the grip? That's the important part.
David Money is down. I did not see that coming.
On the jumping bars, tried to go hand to hand and couldn't quite reach it. With the added space in between the bars, maybe the competitors might want to rethink their strategy after watching David Money go out early.
David, it looked like you changed your mind halfway going for that second jumping bar. What happened?
It was just, should have just stuck with my regular swings, but valuable lesson learned. This is still early in the game as far as Ninja Warrior, and I'm excited to come back next year and just do it again.
Jimmy, are you surprised no one has been able to complete the qualifying course?
No, I'm not. The course is much more demanding than it was in the last 2 years. It's designed to weed out the unworthy and, in the case of David Money, the unlucky.
Well, our next competitor has a rather unique way of supporting himself.
Hey, I'm Horace. I'm 24 years old. I'm from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and I get kicked in the balls for a living. So I grew up being a gymnast, did it from like 2 to 12, so I can flip and I like to flip off buildings. Getting kicked in the crotch is kind of unusual line of work, but better than sitting in an office all day. I make a good living off of getting hit in the balls. Surprisingly, I have a house, I have a kid, 3-year-old daughter, and we get by just fine. I think I'm gonna do good. I know if I fall and get hit in the balls, I'm gonna be okay, and that's one advantage that the other guys don't have.
At the starting line right now, the 24-year-old daredevil and internet sensation, Zach "Horse" Gordon. Zach prepping for the course by taking one between the legs. When you see that, Jimmy, it's amazing this guy has a daughter at all.
I've taken a lot of shots in my time. I do not want to take a shot like that, Matt.
Well, I don't know how that gets you ready, but the horse is onto the quad steps.
Well, having a little trouble with the quad steps. He has a good athletic background, good agility, though. Can't look past that.
Onto the log grip. You know the horse doesn't want to get wet because, well, you know what that does. He makes it. He is onto the bridge of blades now. Jimmy making some progress, showing truly a great athlete here.
Good light steps on the bridge of blades. Bit of a stumble there, though.
Onto the jump hang. Jimmy, the crowd is really getting behind the horse.
Well, he's doing really well. You see here, taking a little bit of time to get over. He's got to be thinking, can I get a competitive time? Not just, am I finishing that?
And the cargo net of the jump hang so draining. Looks like it's taking something out of the horse, but it looks like the horse was hung up on the cargo net, Jimmy.
He's stepping out now, but the jumping bars are not easy. You have to really get a good jump on the trampoline. And he got it.
Well, he does have a gymnastics background, which would explain the smooth mount onto the jumping bars, Jimmy.
Yeah, but remember, Matt, they're further spaced apart this year. He needs to get a lot of wide swinging back and forth. He's doing it, though, taking his time, but getting through it, Matt.
Oh, no, he touched the water. The horse slipped backwards. He made it through the jumping bars, but made a slight misstep. And wow! The horse got the shaft there, Jimmy.
Yeah, what a disappointing end. Thought he made it through the jumping bars. You see just one misstep and you're out of this course, Matt.
We're in the middle of our qualifying round, searching for the 30 fastest through this course. That's just the beginning, because ultimately just 10 will travel to Japan to take on Mount Midoriyama for the chance to win a $500,000 K-Swiss endorsement deal and be featured in a national ad campaign.
Well, last year, 4 came close to total victory, and they are back again.
After a 12-hour flight to Japan, our 10 finalists pushed, pulled, and clawed their way through Mount Midoriyama, where most of their dreams came crashing to an end in the first 2 stages. But 4 Americans managed to fight their way to stage 3. Ultimately, the grueling training they endured at boot camp allowed the Americans to inch their way closer to dominating a competition that has so far belonged to the Japanese. The stakes are higher than ever. Will this be the year of the American Ninja Warrior? We've had people camping out all night long just for a chance to run this course. One of those walk-on competitors is up next. He's 26-year-old Philip Kingsley. Philip actually made it all the way to the 4th obstacle, the spider jump, last year. Let's see how he does this year.
Well, Philip drove down from Sacramento last night with his girlfriend. She's here cheering him on. Philip says he's missing some college classes and even a final just to compete today.
Well, at least it's for a good cause, Jimmy.
And he's through it onto the bridge of blades. He was able to get past it last year, pumping up the crowd, but that might cost him some time.
Philip said he actually took public speaking classes to help him block out the nerves on this course.
Maybe he took too many public speaking classes, getting carried away with performing for the audience here.
Good air, almost to the top of the jump hang. Good strategy, not having to climb up. Now he can just roll down. Not as easy as it sounds, though.
Well, what you don't want to do is get a limb caught and get stuck and cost yourself valuable seconds, just like he's doing now. Looks like his foot is caught.
He is a little bit tangled up, and that can't be good. Taking your energy out, sapping it. Really just doing a little cock of the walk strut here.
But you might regret that later when your name falls off the leaderboard.
But getting real good jump off of the trampoline. Again, a gymnast. Looks like that experience is paying off. No problem on the jumping bars.
Well, for the last bar is going onto the warped wall.
Will we have our first successful completion? Again, taking his time. I think he really just wants to have the satisfaction of completing the course.
I think so.
Crowd cheering him on. He is drinking it in. Kingsley on his first try. Look at that! Got it! I think we have our first successful round yet. Philip Kingsley redeeming himself from last year's failure. Our first successful completion of the course, Jimmy.
Yeah, but is it going to cost him a lot of time? He spent playing to the crowd. Will he stay on the leaderboard for long?
Well, even if he doesn't, at least he has his moment of glory now. Our next female competitor is ready to take on the course, and Natalie Strasser has the resume to be here.
My name's Natalie Strasser. I'm 26 and I'm from Washington, D.C. I did Division I gymnastics in college, was a junior Olympian in high school, and I started parkour last year in February. I'm going to be the first woman to make it through American Ninja Warrior because I definitely have what it takes. I've even practiced some of the obstacles at the gym, and I just have the attitude of knowing that I'm going to make it through, and that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Some impressive accomplishments, but I know she would like to add completing this course to the list, Jimmy.
Well, you have to like the gymnastics background. You know she has balance and strength, but can she adapt that to obstacles like the bridge of blades that are very difficult to prepare for?
Well, barely made it through the quad step, still stumbling, pulling her way up, willing herself onto the log grip, and pumping herself up, Jimmy. She's excited.
No, one thing she has, Matt, is tenacity. You can't question that.
Almost loses it, but makes it onto the platform, onto the bridge of blades. And so smooth, Jimmy.
Well, she's got great balance and also a ton of heart, but this is going to be a tough jump. And she doesn't make it.
She got her hands on the rope, but headed down with so much momentum, could not contain it, and Natalie Strasser is wet.
Natalie, what happened with that cargo net?
I didn't have a tough grip on it. It was a little slippery. I probably could have jumped a little bit harder on that trampoline.
And now you're soaking wet.
Yeah.
In the starting blocks right now, it's all Dwayne Simpson. He's a 28-year-old, and Jimmy, you'll love this, he's a professional boxer.
Made it to the Olympic trials in 2008. That's not an easy thing to do.
Well, he's used to difficult challenges, and he's about to face one now on this American Ninja Warrior course. Jimmy, we expect great footwork out of a boxer, and we're seeing it through the quad steps.
Light steps and good momentum. 145 pounds, very light on his feet.
Again, an Olympic caliber boxer. Almost lost his grip on the log grip, but he's through. Bridge of blades. Again, light footwork. How will he do on the jump hang, though?
And the key is getting a big jump on this, getting high up, getting your hands all the way on the netting. Test it out first. That might be a good idea.
First time we've seen that, but again, the clock is ticking. He has it, and he is going under. We have not seen this yet. His feet dangerously close to the water.
Now, no part of his body can touch the water, and it doesn't. He makes it.
He's through onto the jumping bars, but the clock keeps ticking for all Dwayne Simpson. Great jump there. Good upper body strength from the boxer.
Wow! And he's flying through the jumping bars. Now, does he have the hops to get all the way on top of the warped wall in his first try?
Again, a shorter competitor, but we've seen it really comes down to technique. Does all Dwayne have what it takes? Comes up short.
I think he ran a little too much, needs to jump a little bit earlier.
Taking time to regroup, looking at the warped wall, trying to figure out his technique. It may be too late for that. The clock keeps ticking.
Remember, these athletes don't get a chance to try out the course ahead of time. He sees it, he's got to size it up and do it in one shot.
And for a boxer, this has to be unfamiliar terrain, running up a nearly perpendicular wall that's 14 feet high.
I can't think of many sports where you do that.
Last try, he got a head up! He's pulling it! The crowd is going wild! Oh, Dwayne Simpson completes the course! His time, 1:36.94. Jimmy, I'm happy for him, but will that be enough?
Well, that's the problem. He took a long time on the warped wall. His third try, will those seconds cost him in the end? At the starting blocks now, our first returning Japan veteran. Last year, he showed character and he showed skills. 29-year-old Evan the Rocket Dollard.
My name's Evan Dollard. I'm 29 years old, and I'm a writer and also host of a website. Last season was awesome. I did well in Venice, got to go to boot camp, had an amazing time. And then when I got to Japan, I fell early in the first stage on the rolling escargot. I would love it if I could get back to Japan this year and have some redemption on that obstacle. But I've done my best to prepare both physically and mentally, and I hope to tackle the course and do well.
He's got incredible physical gifts and incredible concentration, but he's got to get through this qualifying course. And a rough start on the quad steps. Not as smooth as I thought he would be, Jimmy, but onto the log grip. Well, one thing is, he went out in stage 1 in Japan, and remember, he was so incredibly disappointed. That's got to be motivating him now.
Through the bridge of blades, a little stumble. Onto the jump hang.
Now, Rocket is incredibly strong. He's big for this course, but a lot of upper body strength that's going to suit him very well. Oh, having trouble with his footwork here. I think his shoe slipped off, Matt.
Collecting himself onto the jumping bars.
Oh! Almost falls into the water. Great recovery.
A dangerous miscalculation. The upper body strength holding on by his fingertips.
Well, at about 50 seconds right now, he doesn't have a whole lot of time to spare.
Now, he knows better than anyone. The clock is ticking. Let's see what he can do in the warp wall. A lot of experience here.
If he gets this in one, he's in good shape. And he does.
Dollard is back. Evan Dollard with a time of 1:01.29, showing the skills. I, for one, am thrilled to see the Rocket back on top of the warp wall. And Allison is with him right now.
Evan Dollard looking great at the top. You feeling good about your run? You almost lost your shoe there for a second.
Almost lost my shoe, and I almost slipped on the first lachet bar, too.
Yeah, what happened there?
I don't know. I was exhausted. I was fixing my shoe. Wasn't really thinking. I kind of got out of it mentally, and fortunately, I was able to hold on. So it was rough. It was rough.
You're in our top 30 for now. Let's hope your time sticks.
I hope so, too. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
We were beginning to wonder if anyone could complete this course, but now we have 3 competitors who have done just that. Evan Dollard, Philip Kingsley, and Dwayne Simpson have all managed to earn their way onto our leaderboard. Coming up, can a former cheerleader for the Detroit Pistons turn his family-friendly training style into a successful run? Find out when American Ninja Warrior returns. Welcome back to American Ninja Warrior. Well, Jimmy, we're finally starting to see some competitors battle through our qualifying course to claim a spot in our top 30.
That's right, Matt, but we did see some hesitation out of Dwayne Simpson and Philip Kingsley, which could cost them in the end.
Up next, one of the more fascinating competitors we've seen here at American Ninja Warrior, Alejandro Rodriguez.
Hi, I'm Alejandro Rodriguez. I'm 32 years old, and I'm originally from Havana, Cuba. I came to Miami, to the United States, 5 years ago. I have never tried anything like this competition. I'm really excited to try it. I watched it on TV one night, and I was like, oh, I like that. And then I started practicing how to do handstands, and I included in my video. I was able to do handstands and even push-ups on my hands. Winning that endorsement would definitely be a life changer for me. I have no idea. I still have no concept of $500,000. I would like to bring my mom onto the United States, be taken care of. I wouldn't waste it at all. I know the value of $1. Imagine $500,000.
Well, it's not every day you come across a physicist from Cuba running obstacle courses.
Yeah, well, that's true, but he made the quad steps look easy, but he's got a track background. Does he have the upper body strength to handle the rest of the course, Matt?
Well, he is onto the log grip and looks like he's hanging on for dear life, but he is through and onto the Bridge of Blades. Sizing it up and wow, makes quick work of it, Jimmy. Looking good, this physicist stops to tie his shoe. That's not string theory, that's just attention to detail, Jimmy.
Yeah, we've seen that before, though, Matt. Trouble with the footwear can slow you down, but his grip, once again, holds on, but he's very low here, Matt.
And he is making his way to the top of the jump hang. Alejandro came to the United States from Cuba, actually surrendered to authorities in Miami, had to wait a year to earn his green card onto the jumping bars.
Sizing it up. Nice grip. Let's see what technique he uses here.
And he is going through the jumping bars well, Jimmy.
Well, he's done everything pretty well, but he's taken a lot of time in between obstacles. He hasn't been very aggressive, Matt. That might cost him.
Catching his breath before the warp wall, up for his first attempt. Oh! Had his fingers up there, but could not pull himself up.
Well, here's where time spent on other obstacles comes back to haunt you. I think he needs a little more to be competitive here, Matt.
Second effort up the warp wall, Jimmy. Here he goes. And he makes it! The physicist has spent time and space to complete this course. Alejandro Rodriguez on the board with a time of 1 minute 26, and he's standing by with Allison right now.
Do you think you could become our first Cuban-American Ninja Warrior?
I did my best. I gave it my all, and that makes me happy.
Let's take a look at our leaderboard as it stands right now. Alejandro Rodriguez slides into the field in second place. A physicist should know better than anyone, time is relative. The time to beat right now, 1:01 from Evan Dollard. In the starting blocks right now, a 26-year-old out of Mountain View, California, Michael DeSala.
Well, he says Brian Orozco and David Campbell are his idols. Let's even follow in his idols' footsteps.
You mean his quad steps. Last year, this obstacle tripped him up. Let's see how he does this season. Two-step technique on the quad steps. I can see why he fell last year.
Well, like Philip Kingsley, Michael is another one of our walk-on competitors. Spent the night in line waiting to run the course. You have to wonder if the lack of sleep is affecting him, Matt.
Well, so far doesn't seem to be through the first two obstacles onto the Bridge of Blades. A little stumble, but he's through, Jimmy. Onto the jump hang.
Oh! Well, if he was sleeping before, he's wide awake now. Another incredible splash, Matt.
Well, in the starting blocks now, a familiar figure, Jimmy, Ryoga V.
Ryoga is here every year, and what can you say? He's a character, Matt. We love him.
Last year, he went out on the Bridge of Blades. I know he wants to improve upon that this year, Jimmy. Spent the last couple of weeks training with Japan veteran David Campbell. Is this his magical year? Ryoga V is ready. Is the course ready for him?
Doing well on the quad steps. I'm officially impressed already.
Well, onto the log grip. Look real smooth there, Jimmy. Onto his nemesis, the Bridge of Blades. Will Ryoga be able to best it? He does! To the jump hang. Jimmy, that costume, is it going to slow him down?
Well, the jump hang has taken out some incredible athletes, but it doesn't take out Ryoga.
And he is ecstatic, Jimmy.
While the costume does seem to be affecting him, he gets a little caught in the net here. Will we see our red costume in our top 30?
And he makes his way out. He's onto the jumping bars.
And Ryoga's up, making his way through the jumping bars. If he pushes it from here on out, he could get a spot in the top 30.
But we see the clock ticking. He's not going through as smoothly as I was expecting. The jumping bars, and Ryoga is down on the final jumping bar, Jimmy. The mat on the other end of the jumping bars was absolutely soaked. That said, he did great. His best performance ever in American Ninja Warrior, and you got to give it up for him. Up next, the 31-year-old with a lot of Ninja Warrior experience. It's Andrew Carson.
My name's Andrew Carson, and I'm a building manager. Last year, I finished top 30, but I fell on the Bridge of Blades. But this year, I'm going all the way to the end. I've been training much harder and incorporating my son into many of my workouts, which has added weight, and now I'm going to be baby-free and flying through the course. I don't do any parkour or free running. I'm strictly a cheerleader of 16 years, and I'm using that to help me get through the course with my speed and agility.
And when Andrew's talking about being a cheerleader, it was for the Detroit Pistons, so it's not all pom-poms and spirit fingers, Jimmy.
That's right, Matt, just teaming with talent and passion for the course, and he's blowing through it so far.
Well, if his son is watching, Dad's hard work is definitely paying off as he is working his way through the course with ease, Jimmy. Right through the Bridge of Blades and onto the jump hang.
Wow, great job. Now onto the jumping bars. This has been a very tough obstacle so far, Matt.
Taking his time, making sure he gets a good jump, and he is up onto the jumping bars. Two-hand technique looking very solid, Jimmy.
Now the pads at the end of the jumping bars are soaking wet from Ryoga's run. Will it affect Andrew, Matt?
Onto the warp wall. Looks like he's taking his time drying off his shoes before his first run, Jimmy.
Oh, not even close though, Matt.
It's that water again, so frustrating. Carson trying to dry them. The clock is ticking. Will he do it here his second try?
Oh, try number 2. He doesn't make it. He has one more chance.
And he just has no traction. Trying to dry off his shoes, so difficult, Jimmy. The conditions right now on the course, but this is his last effort.
Oh, not even close.
Well, I'm surprised Andrew couldn't make it up in 3 tries, but chalk it up to bad luck, perhaps, having to follow after Ryoga.
Well, unfortunately, that's just something you can't control in Ninja Warrior.
So Andrew Carson falls just short of our leaderboard, which still only has 4 names. Will anyone crack the 1-minute mark? And will our slower competitors hang on to make it to our semifinals? Let's hope that American All-Star Brent Stephenson has been taking good notes, because his run, as well as that of fellow vet Shane Daniels, is coming up next when American Ninja Warrior returns. this is proving to be an extremely difficult qualifying course, but 2 more contestants have made it to the top of the warp wall, including college student Victor Rivera, who schooled the course in 1:07, and Louis Mosso, a 30-year-old stuntman from New York who outperformed Victor by tenths of a second. Neither time fast enough to knock Evan out of the top spot, but now Victor Rivera and Louis Mosso are both on our leaderboard with very respectable times. Up now, Amos Rendau, a 28-year-old parkour instructor out of Boulder, Colorado.
Trains with Paul Casimir and Trey Vaughn, 2 of our top competitors from last year. It shows. Really strong coming out of the gate, very aggressive.
Well, just cruising through the course, getting right to the Bridge of Blades, and a little stumble, but he is up and looking excited. Onto the jump hang, Jimmy.
Well, he says he wasn't picked for teams when he was a kid, got into martial arts like jiu-jitsu and aikido, turned his confidence around.
And it looks like he's getting caught up in the net, Jimmy, here on the jump hang. Got to be sapping his energy, having trouble getting over the top, but he does.
Well, he's got long ribs, long legs, just getting wrapped up a little bit there, Matt.
He is out of it, showing some promise, Jimmy.
Well, whatever works for him looks good going up to the jumping bars. Great job.
Wow! Flying through the jumping bars, but shaking his head, collecting himself, and he is through. He knew not to go for the final one. Smart move there, all the way to the warp wall, Jimmy.
Well, no hesitation. He's up on his first try. Take that, all the teams that never took it.
Amazing. Amos Rendau takes the lead with the time of 1:66 seconds, less than a second separating him from Evan Dollard.
We've been saying all along that strong runners were yet to come, and one of them is in the blocks right now. He's a 2-time veteran of Japan and one of the most physically gifted ninjas I have ever seen. It's Shane Daniels.
My name is Shane Daniels, I'm 25 and I'm a stuntman. My first year on Ninja Warrior, got to Japan. Second year on Ninja Warrior, did a little bit better, but I ran out of time on top of the obstacle and I saw the buzzer. I'm bringing different shoes to the course, which will help guarantee me a lot of grip. I feel like it's gonna be a breeze.
Shane Daniels got to Japan twice and timed out both times in stage 1. He is looking for redemption today.
Shane Daniels out of the gate and going with his shirt.
Shane Daniels is out! Shane Daniels stumbles on the quad steps and gets wet. Unbelievable upset,
Wow.
Jimmy.
I do not believe it. Just a little miscue, and he is out early.
Honestly, one of the guys I would have put as one of my favorites to win it all, and he is out on the first obstacle in the qualifying course.
If there's anything we've learned about this course, Matt, it's expect the unexpected. An incredibly disappointed Shane Daniels is with Alison now.
I mean, this is a shock for me. I've never seen you wet from one of these courses.
I was trying to stay low, and it just worked against me.
Shane Daniels goes out on the quad steps. What is going on here, Jimmy?
I think a lot of guys are just looking past it. They got through it easily last time. They don't think it'll be a problem, and it comes and it bites them. You just can't look past anything in American Ninja Warrior.
And now one of the most anticipated runs of the day, Brent Stephenson.
He was so impressive in qualifying last year, then blew us away at boot camp.
My name is Brent Stephenson. I'm a 30-year-old stuntman and specialize in free running and acrobatics. I'm already working as a professional athlete and a stuntman. If I won this $500,000 K-Swiss endorsement, it would really just, rocket boost my career into the next level. Last year in Japan, I made it all the way to the cliffhanger. So this year, I've added a few things to the workout to really prepare me so that I make it past it. I'm coming to the course with a little more experience this year. I feel a lot more comfortable. And yeah, I'm just a lot more prepared.
Jimmy, I gotta say, Brent is my odds-on favorite this year, and look at a couple double steps on the quad steps.
Well, after the heartbreaking loss by Shane Daniels, he can't take any obstacles for granted, Matt.
Through the log grip onto the Bridge of Blades and taking his time here, Jimmy.
Well, he's taking his time, but remember, last year was about a 1-minute cutoff. He's got to be looking at the top times if he wants to be competitive.
Real strong upper body on Brent. A little hang up here on the jump hang, but looks like he's out and rolling down the net. Good dismount.
Well, he's been very consistent. That's been a marker of Brent Stephenson. Doesn't make a lot of mental mistakes, Matt.
Onto the jumping bars, looking good. He's a gymnast, a lot of experience with this. Real strong competitor, Jimmy.
Well, we saw him on the double salmon ladder last year. He has incredible upper body strength.
The warp wall, though, has had some trouble with it in the past, and that's all that's standing between him and a chance at the semifinals right now. And Brent is one-handed, Jimmy.
Well, he gets up on the first attempt. great run by Brent Stephenson.
A time of 55.6 seconds. Jimmy, I think Brent is going through.
Well, after the heartbreaking fall by Shane Daniels, we see Brent Stephenson hit his crowd back up and crack the 1 minute mark, taking first place away from Amos Rendau.
I'm expecting big things from Brent, and right now he's with Alison Haislip.
Was there anything going through your head during that run?
Just push it, because I knew time was an issue, so tried not to take any time in between each obstacle and just keep going.
Nearly 100 people have attempted the qualifying course, but only 8 have completed it. And right now, Brent Stephenson is sitting pretty at the top of the leaderboard, having broken the 1 minute mark.
Hundreds more are lining up to tackle this beast, but of course, only the competitors with the top 30 times are going to secure a spot in the semifinals.
On the line, a trip to Japan's Mount Midoriyama and a shot at a K-Swiss endorsement deal worth $500,000. For Jimmy Smith and Alison Haislip, I'm Matt Iseman, and we'll see you next time on American Ninja Warrior.